Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. This is our AI daily deep dive. And what you're about to hear was actually researched and generated entirely by AI, our mission today. To give you a real shortcut, the essential insights on the top 5 AI news stories from July 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
Get ready for some, well, surprising facts and key takeaways. So first up, a pretty significant policy shift coming out of Capitol Hill. This decision seems to really fly in the face of what many big tech leaders wanted. What's the story here?
Yeah, it's quite something. What's fascinating is how decisively the U.S. Senate just rejected a proposed 10-year ban on state-level AI regulation. This was part of, former President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, and it went down 99-1, just one vote against rejecting it. It's a major, major defeat for tech giants. Think OpenAI, Google. They argue that lots of different state laws would just stifle innovation. They wanted a federal-only approach.
Right, a single set of rules. But it sounds like concerns about consumer protection and maybe corporate power won out. Senator Marsha Blackburn was involved.
Absolutely pivotal. Senator Blackburn pushed back hard. She basically argued states need the power to protect their citizens now until Congress gets federal rules in place. She framed that proposed ban as a kind of power grab, one that could let big tech, potentially exploit people, kids, creators, even political viewpoints. So the key thing here is, yes, tech wants unified rules, but right now, state-level protection is winning the argument in D.C.
That tension between innovation and control.
Yeah.
It keeps coming up. And speaking of control, the fight for AI talent is another battleground. This next story really pulls back the curtain on how fierce that recruitment world is.
It really does. We've got details from a leaked memo, apparently from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, and he's sharply criticizing Meta, Facebook's parent company, for their, let's say, aggressive recruitment of AI researchers. Altman apparently called Meta's tactics mercenary. He contrasted that with OpenAI's approach, which he calls missionary, focused on AGI, artificial general intelligence, for the public good.
And he made a point of saying Meta didn't get OpenAI's top people, right? Their most senior researchers stayed put. That's quite a claim.
It is. And the insight, I think, is pretty clear. As this AI talent war heats up, it might be that purpose, not just the paycheck, is what keeps the really key people. Altman seems to believe OpenAI's unique culture, that deep focus on the AGI mission, is their secret weapon in this fight. It really makes you wonder, will it be profit or purpose that defines who leads in AI?
That's a great question for the whole industry. Okay, let's shift gears. Something a bit different now, highlighting where humans, especially kids, still have an edge over AI.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. The University of Washington developed a game called AI Puzzlers. And in this game, kids consistently outperform AI on tasks involving abstraction and recognizing patterns. They use these things called ARC puzzles, abstraction and reasoning corpus puzzles. These are designed to be sort of intuitive for us humans, but really hard for AI, because they need a kind of fluid intelligence that current models just struggle with.
So it's not just a game. It actually teaches critical thinking.
Yeah.
By letting kids see AI mess up sometimes.
Exactly. They see how AI systems can give these flawed, sometimes nonsensical explanations, even if they accidentally get the right answer. One kid reportedly said something really insightful. The human brain is creative, unlike the AI's internet's mind. That really captures the point, fostering a healthy skepticism, showing off unique human strengths like creativity and abstract thought. Still our advantage, it seems.
Okay, so connecting some dots.
Yeah.
What does all this mean for businesses? And this ongoing discussion about AI governance, about keeping AI aligned?
Well, there's an article titled AI Align Thyself that makes a really strong case. It argues AI alignment isn't like a one-time setup. You don't just achieve it and you're done. It's more like a continuous discipline, something you constantly have to manage, especially as AI gets more autonomous. These systems can sort of drift off course if you're not watching.
Right, they need ongoing guidance. And the article suggests a way to do that, using AI itself.
Precisely. It talks about AI-assisted oversight. Basically, using some AI models to monitor, critique, and even correct other AI systems. And if you think about the bigger picture for businesses, treating alignment not just as a compliance thing, but as a strategic advantage. That's key. Using techniques like recursive reward modeling, for instance.
Recursive reward modeling sounds complex. What's the gist of that?
The basic idea is you teach AI systems to align better with human values by essentially rewarding them for showing the specific behaviors you want. It's about continuous learning and feedback. Doing this reduces risks, builds trust, and ultimately, the thinking goes, responsible AI becomes better AI for the bottom line.
Got it. Okay, finally, let's turn to the defense sector.
Mhm.
Generative AI is making waves there too, it seems.
Big waves. An article called Innovating Defense frames generative AI as, well, potentially a scientific revolution for military strategy. You've got the U.S. Department of Defense's Task Force Lima, for example, looking at how to integrate this ethically into things like decision support, maybe target recognition.
Okay, but it can't be straightforward. What are the main hurdles they're facing?
There are some significant ones. A big one is getting enough high-quality military-specific training data. That's tough. Also, these models can be vulnerable to manipulation, and there's the whole black box problem, the opacity. It's often hard to know why an AI makes a particular recommendation. So a really crucial question they're grappling with is how the U.S. avoids the classic innovator's dilemma, failing to adapt. How do they integrate AI responsibly and effectively, especially when potential adversaries like China are also investing heavily?
Wow. So as you can clearly hear, today's AI news is hitting everywhere. Policy, corporate fights, education, defense. It's becoming really pervasive.
It really is, and understanding these developments is key, right? It just shows how fast AI is evolving, touching almost everything.
This deep dive has definitely given us, and hopefully you, plenty to think about.
Yeah, and maybe here's a final thought to leave you with. Based on these trends we just discussed, what unexpected part of your life do you think AI might transform next?
Something to ponder. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.